All right, so a couple months ago we shot a video about, what you might want to do for your daylilies after they finish blooming, just to tidy them up. And so we did a couple different things. One of them we didn't do anything, and one of them we pulled the scapes out of, and then one we trimmed the foliage off. So we're back to take a look and see how things turned out. So that's what's in this video. Okay, so it's middle of October now, and we're back here to check and see how our daylily clumps turned out, the ones that we didn't do anything with, and the ones we pulled the scapes out of, and the one that we trimmed off. I had intended to come back sooner, but time got away, so here we are. But in any case, I'm going to start here with this first clump, and this is the one that obviously we didn't do anything to, and it looks pretty much like it did before. So if you don't do anything, this is maybe what it turns out looking like. And I will step over and look at the other two. All right, so for this next clump here, if you remember, I pulled out the scapes, right? I don't think I spent much time pulling out the dead leaves, but so this is what this one looks like. My giant clump of ornamental grass has fallen over on top of it, but it looks okay. Foliage is pretty green. By and large, this is it looks pretty decent in the landscape, just haven't pulled the scapes out. You can still see the dead foliage in there from before, but the green has kind of covered up most of that. So, this is what pulling out the scapes would look like. All right, this last clump, this is the one that I trimmed the tops off of. And again, my ornamental grass has fallen over here. But you can see how it looks, again, with the nice green foliage. Probably would look better if it wasn't overshadowed by this grass here. But yeah, this is pretty good. So, I would, and like I mentioned before, typically I do trim mine off just because it's pretty easy to do. I forget what I did this with. I think I had clippers, but in our flower beds here at the house, I will just use a weed eater sometimes if I have a bunch, or if I just have a few, I'll use clippers. But you can use a weed eater, clippers. You got a great big area, you could even mow them. Our production fields, we'll use a bush hog sometimes just because we're doing acres of them. I will mention that we have had a real wet season, so that helps. I recommended before, and I'll just reiterate, for the best performance as far as growing nice green foliage back, you'll want to make sure they get plenty of water. That's going to make them look good faster. So we've got lots of videos about all things daylily, so we'd encourage you to check out our YouTube channel. You might like this one here. And we've been growing daylilies for over 40 years, so we like to talk about all things daylily. So if you have any questions or comments, you can put them below, or you can find our contact information on our website. We'd love to hear from you. Hey, and thanks for watching.